Hi guys, I'm Kat and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to terrible lighting, a horrible camera that looks like I'm filming out of a potato, which in a way that I am because I'm using my tablet as a camera because I don't have any other recording device. I mean, I do have my phone, but my phone's kind of, well, shitty. So I use my tablet and it's not the greatest, but it's not the worst thing either. It's been a really long time since I've made a video. So, you know, it's kind of like I'm out of practice and it feels kind of weird, but I'm pretty sure I'll get back into the groove of things. I don't know what all this is, but hey, whatever. I don't know what's in the corner. But, yeah. So, today we are going to do two things. The first thing is I'm going to do a mini shopping haul thing because I want to and I'm weird and I'm bored. So there's that, and then the second thing is I was inspired by Queen Bunny or Graveyard Girl. I watched her video recently about her paranormal experiences and it really inspired me to talk about some of mine that have happened kind of recently. And so that's what we're going to do today. I'm kind of nervous to talk about my paranormal experiences. They're not as bad as hers was, but it's still interesting because I know that a lot of people that have had paranormal experiences will say this, that when they talk about experiences that they've had, it starts to kick up more. So there is that, and I am here, and I am alone. I'm home alone today. So there is that little issue, but hopefully nothing will happen, or if it does, it'll be very minimal. So let's get started. So today I went to Savers, or to some places it's called Value Village, and I don't know what the name is for the other ones. But today I went to Savers mostly for the reasoning of finding stuff for costumes. So every Friday and Saturday where I work, we dress up in costumes with themes. So recently the themes that we've had are traditional Halloween. Actually, they were 90s grunge, traditional Halloween, alien babes, and goddesses. Today was goddesses because it's Saturday. Yesterday was alien babes, and then the week before that, the Saturday before that, was traditional Halloween. For traditional Halloween, I was a jack-o'-lantern. And it turned out really, really, really cute, and I was very, very happy with it, and my makeup was awesome. And then yesterday was Alien Babes, and we all really cut it down to the wire. None of us knew what we were gonna do, so last minute we all figured it out though, and we all looked amazing. And then today was Goddesses, which today was kind of disappointing for me because I didn't do what I wanted to do. I still looked really pretty, but I wasn't able to do what I wanted. But I went to Savers to find more costume stuff because next week is Playboy Bunnies, horror, and elements. And so I wanted to find something for mostly elements and for horror. I have half of my costume for Playboy Bunnies. I just need bottoms, but I do have a corset. So I went to Savers mostly to find stuff for elements and horror. At first I was going to do Carrie, but then I realized working as long as I have to that day, if I'm covered in crusty blood, it's going to irritate me, and it's going to put me in a really bad mood for most of the day. So I decided that I wasn't going to do Carrie. So I thought to myself, what could I possibly do? And I remembered my boyfriend and I went to this thing called FearCon here in Utah, and I dressed up as Billy the doll from Saw. And I thought to myself, why not do that? I already know how to do the makeup. I already have some of the stuff I would need. But at the convention, I wore pants and a whole blazer and a shirt that was tucked in, and I was not very comfortable, and I also looked very bulky, and you couldn't see any of my body. I looked very square. So today, I decided that instead I was going to find a big white shirt, and I was going to wear it as a dress, and kind of do my own rendition of Billy the doll, like a girl version. So I went into the men's section, and because I'm a bigger girl, and I and there's no way I'd find a white shirt that would fit me in the ladies section. So I went in the men's section, and I found a very, very, very large white shirt, and that's this. It's kind of hard to show you, but it's a nice long sleeve white shirt, and it is see-through, so I'll just have to wear a slip underneath it, but it is see-through, and I did roll up the sleeves because I tried it on. And it's really, really soft, and it is Jeffrey, I think it's Bean? I don't know, but this was really great. I was really happy to find it, and it hits me just a little bit above the knee. The last time in my jack-o'-lantern costume, I made it out of a big t-shirt, and I didn't take in the fact that I'm a bit taller, so the dress was very short, so I wanted to kind of remember that and get something a bit longer. But I found this, and it's really, really soft, and I'm really happy that I found it. And I was able to get this for $3.99, which for a shirt that's this nice and not stained, it's just a bit wrinkled, but it has all its buttons and stuff, $3.99 is pretty good. The other stuff that I got, so I got 2 pairs of socks. They're both Halloween themed. So I got these jack-o'-lantern socks with little candy corns, and some of the jack-o'-lanterns are sparkly, some of them aren't, and I thought these were really cute. I really hate candy corn. I think it's the most disgusting thing, but I think it's a really cute little picture. I don't know, it's really hard to explain. And then the next ones I got are actually on my feet, and let me get up. So they're these kitty socks with black cats on them. It's kind of hard for me to show you. So yeah, these are really cute, and they're really comfortable. I get very, very cold. I don't do well in the cold at all, so I needed some socks, and I thought these were really cute. I'm also the kind of person that wears Halloween socks like all through the year, not just through October, so I was really happy to find these, and these are originally $3.99, and I got these for $1.49 each. And the last 2 things that I got from Savers were 2 books. The first thing that I got is actually a manga, and I got Full Metal Alchemist Volume 1. And most of the reason that I got this was because of nostalgia purposes. I remember in junior high, me and my friends were obsessed with this, the anime and the mangas. Vic Mignogna is actually my favorite voice actor of all time. And I've met him 3 times, and that was really awesome for me. And every time he comes to a convention, at first I'm like, I don't need to see him again. I see him every time, but then I end up going to see him, and I have the best experience every single time. He is wonderful. If you ever go to a convention that he's at and you have the chance to go to his panel, you should totally do that. But I love these, and I was really excited when I found it. I'm also gonna read it. But I mostly got it for nostalgia purposes, and just kind of to have something to have it on my shelf next to my Charmed comics, kind of like a collector's thing. And I was really excited for that. And then the next book that I got is City of Ashes by Cassandra Clare. Cassandra Clare is one of my favorite authors. I love the Mortal Instruments books. They are some of my favorite books. I probably listened to this book 3 times already, and I know everybody's going to be like, well then why did you buy the book? Because mostly I want all the books that have this artistry, because it looks really cool together, but also I just like having the physical, the actual book just to hold in my hand, and it's really nice, and also, as I said, it's one of my favorite books. So if I ever meet Cassandra Clare, I would love her to sign it and to also pick her brain, because I'm writing a book as well, and it'd be really nice to talk to someone who's done that before. But I was really excited when I found this. I kind of wish I found the first one too, because the first one is City of Bones, but there's always next time. So yeah, those are the things that I bought today. I guess it was more of a mini thrift haul than a shopping haul. But, you know, it's only like about 5 things, but I just kind of wanted to share, you know. I did a thrift haul once before, and and it was really fun that first time. So I decided to share again. I love thrifting. It's really fun finding stuff that is really good for cheap. The only thing is, you have to take the time to do it, and it's kind of like a void, because I went into Savers around 4:45, not too long after I got off work. and my boyfriend came and got me around 7:30, so I was there for about 3 hours and I didn't even notice. And what's funny is in those 3 hours only bought 5 things, which, I mean, I'm really picky and I couldn't find anything that I liked for elements, so I just kind of stopped and just kind of got distracted by other stuff. But yeah, so those are the things that I bought from Savers. So now that we're about 10 minutes in, we're going to talk about the paranormal fun stuff, the creepy stuff. Seeing as it's spooky season, I thought, why not? You know, I'll risk it. I just heard a knocking noise. It was probably someone upstairs. Hopefully, because that would be really, really creepy. As far as I know, I'm here alone, but you never know, someone could have come home. But anyway, so to the paranormal thing. So before we get started, I'm just going to say something really wacky. Some people are going to think it's weird. But I do think that people who have been close to death, whether it be personally or kind of like vicariously or around it a lot, are more sensitive than people who haven't. And I honestly feel like I've been sensitive my entire life because I've had experiences my entire life, and I don't know if I've been really close to death. I have been close to death kind of personally before, and so has some other people in my family, but we have all always been really, really sensitive to that kind of thing. But for me, it started more when my best friend's grandmother was dying of liver failure, and we all literally watched her die slowly. And so we were all really close to death and kind of taking a peek into that veil. And then not too long after she died, my best friend's uncle died. So it was a really unfortunate year for her. But I do feel like once you take a peek into the veil or get close to it and like the ones on the other side see you, it kind of like opens a door more so. And also I feel like if you believe in ghosts, you set off a kind of energy that attracts those spirits, which makes them come to you. Which, saying it out loud, does sound really wacky to me, but I do feel like some people are more sensitive to that kind of thing, and some people aren't. And I do believe that I'm one of those people that are more sensitive to that than some other people. So this experience happened a couple of months ago at my boyfriend's apartment. So not too long before this happened, my boyfriend got a cat. And I do think as well that animals are more close to all the realms than humans could ever be. And so I do think that, you know, they're more connected to it and they're kind of part of all worlds rather than just one. And before he got the cat, the house, I don't want to say it was uninviting, but there was some kind of weird imbalance. And kind of like, you know, that there was something there and it was weird. So, you know, before the cat came, everything was just strange. The energy was weird. And you would also see like black orbs like shooting across the room or white ones shooting across the room. And sometimes you wouldn't even see them out of the corner of your eye. You would actually like see them with your full sight just shoot across the room. Once he got the cat, that mostly stopped. The energy kind of changed and it became a little different, a little more balanced and relaxed. And as I said, I think it's because animals are more connected, but I also think that they're kind of protectors in a way, in all senses. I do think that they have this pure energy about them that kind of sets this really warm light around the area that makes it more protected. So, you know, as I said, things started to change as time went on, as the cat was there longer. But on this particular night, I guess the cat decided that he wanted to sleep upstairs, because my boyfriend's room is literally the basement, because at his apartment you have 3 different levels. You have the top level with 1 room and a bathroom, and then you have the living room level, and then you have the basement level, and the basement was his room. And I guess usually the cat sleeps downstairs with us, but I guess on this night he decided, no, I'm going to sleep upstairs. So he went upstairs, the cat kind of did his cat thing, and, you know, he didn't come back down. So my boyfriend and I decide to go to sleep really late, because he and I don't have normal sleeping schedules. And at some point in the middle of the night, I wake up. And it could be because I'm not necessarily afraid of the dark. It's the silence that comes with the dark. If I fall asleep with a sound on and then it stops, it wakes me up automatically. So I think that's what woke me up. It could have been potentially of what happened, but I think a lot of it was because it got really quiet. So I slowly start to open my eyes, and I feel my body automatically react and tense up. And for a minute I didn't understand why until I opened my eyes completely, and out of the corner of my eye I saw something dark in the corner. So I went to look, and what surprised me the most was that usually when you see something out of the corner of your eye and then you look straight on, it's gone. But this time it was completely different, and I think that's what also scared me, was because when I looked straight on, it was still there. And what I saw was a tall silhouette of a man. It was completely black, you couldn't see any features, and it looked like a man standing in front of the dresser in the corner with his back toward me. So I was looking at his back, and it looked like he was just staring or looking at the dresser. And it scared me, and it made me kind of scrunch into the bed and close my eyes for a second. So I opened them back up after a while because, you know, what is closing my eyes going to save me other than if this ghost chooses to attack me, I'm not going to see it. So I eventually opened my eyes, and it was gone. And it took me a minute to process what happened, because I had to think to myself, was I actually awake? Did I just see it because I was just waking up? Was it even there? Was I just seeing like a shadow? But the way that my body reacted was like there was obviously something there, and it scared me on a different level than consciousness. And so I was kind of scared, and I couldn't go back to sleep for a few minutes. But it wasn't the kind of scared that was like, wow, this is malevolent, it's going to attack me, because if it did feel that way, I probably would have woken up my boyfriend and gone upstairs with the cat. The kind of fear was like, this is abnormal, this is something that's not supposed to be there, I'm not supposed to see it, it's obviously paranormal, the energy is different. So because when you see something paranormal, obviously your body's going to react in a weird way because it's otherworldly and it's different, it feels strange. So the next day, I tell my boyfriend what I saw. I told him that standing in front of his dresser, I saw a man staring at it, his back turned towards me. It was like the silhouette of a man, and it was just standing there, just completely dark, doing nothing. And of course it freaked him out, because I mean, you hear of someone seeing something in your room, you're obviously going to freak out. And he told me, well, like, were you scared? And I said no. Like, it wasn't scared like, oh my god, this thing's going to attack me. It was scared like, that wasn't there before, and also kind of like, is there a person in the house? Like, did someone break in and is he just standing there in the corner like a weirdo? And I described it as much as I could because it didn't have any features. I described that it looked about 6 foot, kind of tall, and he was kind of stocky, and he just stood in front of the dresser. Well, then my boyfriend told me that, so the lady that he's renting the apartment from, her dad, I think it's her dad, died. I'm pretty sure this is what he told me, that he died in that apartment in the room upstairs. And that the dresser was actually his dresser before he died. So my boyfriend told me that he thinks that that the ghost or whatever I saw was that man, and there was nothing to be afraid of because he was a really nice man. And I told him, I was like, I didn't feel fear like he wasn't a nice man. It was just fear like, you know, whoa, that's not supposed to be there. But there is one thing I didn't want to tell him because I knew it would actually freak him out deeply to the point where he probably wouldn't want to sleep in the room. What I didn't tell him was several months before, and I think I did a video about this and I put it on my channel. So several months before this happened, I was in this room, and it was the middle of the night, and I woke up for some reason. Now this was different because there was still something playing on my phone, because I was watching Netflix on my phone when I fell asleep. There was still something playing, so it wasn't silent. I just woke up for some reason, and when I opened my eyes, I saw the silhouette of a man, a tall man, standing in front of me next to the bed. And it scared me to make me scrunch into the bed and close my eyes, like the experience in my boyfriend's bedroom. I didn't want to tell him that because I didn't want him to think, what the hell, like, that's creepy as fuck. I did like the, I do like the thought of him, thinking that this is a nice man that he knew, and I really hope that it is, because it would really freak me out if I'm seeing the same thing and it's following me places, because, and if it is, I hope it's someone that, like, that I know, or maybe just a nice ghost that connected with me because I'm awesome. I don't know, but I actually haven't told him that, and I don't know if he watches my videos, but if he does, he's gonna know now. But I did put a video about it. I'm pretty sure, I think I did. I do remember making a video about it on this channel. I can put it in the description below, just me talking about this experience and stuff. And that's what creeps me out the most about the experience, is that it's not the first time that's happened to me. It's not the first time I've seen a tall, stocky silhouette of a man before. So it's happened to me twice now. And so that's what creeps me out the most, is that I've seen it twice before. And I do hope that maybe it was that guy from the apartment and he just followed me back here and was like looking at me like, who is this girl with this, with Danny, that's my boyfriend's name. Who is this girl with Danny? Like, why is she here? I just want to make sure that she's okay, because, he knew him when Danny was younger. So, it could have been that, but it creeps me out. Not to the point of where it's like, oh my god, I can't sleep, but enough to be like, why? So yeah, that's my current paranormal experience. I haven't had an experience that's been as bad as one before. There was one experience that is like my epitome, which is, I did a video about this, I know I did, but to reiterate, my sister and I had a room up in an attic, and my bed was closest to the closet, and in the closet was a hole that was covered up by a thin board drilled into the wall. And one night I was woken up by pounding and realized that the pounding was coming from the inside of the hole in the closet. And the next day when we opened up the hole, we found like little kid toys, like old little kid toys. And ever since then, I never slept in the closet. And ever since then, I've always had a problem with closets. But I'll also put that story in the description. Because that, I'm pretty sure, has scarred me for life. It was pretty creepy. That entire house was creepy. So many things happened in that entire house. And maybe one day I can get, like, my sister and my cousins together, and we can tell you all the experiences that we had in that house, and together, and separately, so it doesn't sound like I'm a psychotic asshole just speaking out of my ass. Hopefully, talking about it doesn't make something happen, but we'll see tonight, and if something does happen, I will be more than happy to share. And yeah, so in the spirit of spooky season, there is a new Ghostly Experiences with Kat. I haven't done it in a really, really long time, and so here's a new entry. I don't know what number it is, but there you go. If you like the story, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and if you'd like to hear, I guess, more paranormal experiences, then I can share some with you. I haven't had very many recently, other than seeing shadows out of the corner of my eye and hearing voices a lot, but that's just a thing that happens to me. Usually I like to share the stories where it's like I see something and it actually scares me. So we'll see what happens. But as I said, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Also, if you like videos like this or other videos, because my channel is kind of like a grab bag, there's no structure here whatsoever, then hit that subscribe button. And you can live a structureless life like me. And yeah, and I hope that you have a wonderful day and a beautiful night. My light just died, and this is Kat signing off. Bye.